This short proposal seeks to gain financial support for the protection of our equestrian business. Apart from being a bona fide business, our program is intended to reach and impact the previously disadvantaged young in the South African community. Hence, our appeal to all our friends, our family members, our communities, our fellow citizens, and those from every corner of the world to assist us in our noteworthy cause by making a financial contribution. This will enable us to continue in our quest in impacting lives and putting smiles on the faces of countless individuals across all age groups, regardless of gender, race, or cultural ethnicity. The magic that these loved horses create supersede racial boundaries and brings people from all walks of life together in ways unimaginable. As unrealistic, mind-boggling, and morbid as it may sound, some individuals within the structures of our local government has called through legal documents for the putting down of these loved horses, should no alternative accommodation for our horses be found. This unethical move is motivated and based on twisted narratives, and the full extent of this objective is unknown to us at this juncture. It's our unwavering intent to fight and oppose such narratives through our justice system. Over the many years, we have and still are actively involved in working with different organizations whose aim is to uplift and restore the dignity of individuals from different communities in whatever shape, form, or fashion. Among some of these, to name but a few, are church organizations, drug rehab facilities, etc. These organizations rally behind us in support. However, we would like to read two letters in particular from members of the community whose lives were greatly impacted through our equestrian initiative. Letter from Caleb's mum. Caleb suffers from autism.
9th of October 2019. To whom it may concern. Upon hearing the devastating news of discussions that the horses of the Klippriviers Nature Reserve may be relocated to a sanctuary, I would like to, with all due respect, offer this letter as a plea to not move these magnificent animals. I have lived in Kibble Park for the last year, and my twin boys aged 9 and I visit the nature reserve often and almost daily, especially during the school holidays. We have come to know and love the beautiful horses in the reserve. I am a single mom, and one of my boys is autistic and has formed an incredible bond with a horse named Wild Spirit. He has genuinely fallen in love with this animal, and it has been for the absolute best for my child. He is calmer, more receptive to learning, and general empathy and compassion, which he has not been able to learn from any therapist we have seen. Caleb started riding as a form of therapy. To see these two, boy and horse together, is unbelievable. Caleb now knows and understands the responsibility of grooming and feeding and taking care of an animal, albeit such a large one, where before he was afraid of animals in general. He has taken to the other horses and will feed and groom them too, but Wild Spirit has his heart. Nathan, Caleb's brother, has bonded with all the horses. He has learned responsibility. He has gained confidence, self-esteem, and has only enhanced his love for nature and animals. Horse riding and care of horses and even general interaction with these animals is mostly reserved for the privileged and wealthy. Now, almost right across the road, we can walk to the reserve and feed and spend time with these beautiful animals. They are looked after, happy, and absolutely amazing with people. I am looking at starting an initiative with Calvin where underprivileged children can come into the reserve and be able to interact with the horses. I genuinely believe, especially after witnessing the positive changes in my own children, that this will impact other children in a great way. Calvin gave my children this incredible opportunity, and I feel that all children deserve this. Calvin does not gain any monetary profit, but is being completely altruistic with his intentions, and I believe that taking this away for no good reason is totally devastating. My school groups visit the nature reserve, and horses are an amazing attraction. The looks of utter joy and excitement on the faces of children is immeasurable. The looks of utter wonder and inquisitiveness is a sight to behold. The horses can be used as therapy animals too, and on a charity basis. So with no exchange of money, This can only be good for the reserve and the neighborhood as a whole. Where else can one go to such a beautiful place that is not far away and interact with these magnificent creatures? I myself have been fortunate enough to spend time with the horses. They are loved, they are cared for, they have freedom and hold a very special place in the heart and I believe the community in general. These animals are known in the nature reserve. They are intelligent, gentle, sociable and happy and are not in need of being rescued at all. There's really no good reason to relocate them to a sanctuary or anywhere else in fact. What they do need is to spend their days grazing in the reserve and receiving love and affection by the humans that they encounter and who love and adore them. Please consider the efforts of moving them, for the community of the people who bring so much joy and happiness to. Yours sincerely, Chantal Lockhart.
The letter from community member.
I grew up in a working class neighborhood in Johannesburg South. But horses, they were purely for the rich. I sincerely hope many others get the chance to encounter these animals and experience their pleasant, sometimes cheeky, but always lovable personalities, just like I did, even if only just once. How often does one encounter a decent entrepreneur that wants to introduce children to things that were merely words in a classroom for most adults like me while growing up? Horses were in a book about cowboys. They were simply something you read or heard about. My kids were introduced to their love for horses by these particular animals, and since then, they have gone on to also participate in various programs that the owner initiates and runs to introduce a diverse group of children from various communities to the beauty of horses. I can sincerely say these animals do not represent profits to the current owner, but as an opportunity for children to go far beyond imagination and enjoy memorable experience of interacting with these beautiful animals. In this day and age, where a horse ride around a paddock is far outside the reach of many and considered nothing more than a fancy frill, these types of programs and the community initiatives that Calvin offers children from many communities is priceless and should be supported and driven, not dismantled for no good reason. These animals are properly cared for by the owner, as well as a considerable number of members of the community too. It is my candid opinion that these animals pose far less of a risk to the botanical, geological, and natural diversity and resources of the reserve than the hiking, picnics, and guided walks the reserve promotes. The limited area in which the horses frequently wander realistically represents an exceptionally minor percentage of the vast number of hectares that naturally make up the abundant flora and fauna in the reserve, and they pose absolutely no specific risk to this preserved area of land. These intelligent animals, some of which have been part of this community for a remarkable number of years, are securely home, happy, and cared for. Why try to fix something that is not broken?
We would like to thank you on behalf of countless beneficiaries who stand to gain from your kind financial donation. In so doing, you will form part of making an impeccable difference in the lives of those who will be directly touched through our equestrian program. Thank you.